Hey, it's Chuck here with Milton Daily Homes. We have a huge Tuesday list, much bigger than the usual Tuesday list. I'm going to get right to it. And so there's 19 properties. 415 Ontario's the first one, 237.8. Condo townhouse, 308 is the maintenance fee. And I love how they did the open concept here. I have a feeling at some point they sort of changed some walls around or did something there. It looks really good. And I think it's a pretty fair price. Now this to me reminds me of like a rock climbing wall. It's like there's sort of scattered brick, stone things all over the wall. I don't know what that is, but anyhow, decent sized yard too, and it's a good solid location. 3 bedrooms on that one. 100 Millside number 709 is at $299. And so the maintenance fees are $607 on this one here, and it's a 2-bedroom, 2-washroom. And you can see a bit of a blurry shot of the pool. This building is in exceptional shape. It's generally more of a kind of an older crowd, and you're right by Mill Pond. It's a great location. You're right by downtown, but there's no inside shot, so it's really hard to say anything about this one. It looks like immediate possession, so it's possible that the person who lived in the home is maybe in a nursing home or something like that. So McCandless Court 3079. This is a 5-alarm steel, okay? So it's 1130 square feet. It's a Brennan model. I would have probably thought, based on what I'm seeing in the photos here, that this might have been listed around 315, 319, 3079 with the backsplash, with everything that you're seeing in this home. I think is a killer deal. There's 1 bathroom upstairs, but it is a hot one. Okay, so this is not going to last long, and there's a very good chance in order to get it, you're going to have to compete. So as always, with any of these homes, if you feel like you want to have a look at something like this, give us a quick call, 905-693-9346. Van Fleet is at 314.9. And just to show you what kind of a screamer the other one is, it's the same model. And you can see it does have the hardwood, the other one doesn't, but I mean, this is actually a pretty good deal. And I mean, we're talking about much more money than the previous one. But like I said, same model there. And a July possession on this one here too, and it doesn't look like they have air conditioning. So just make sure you budget that in your offer too. So Kennedy Circle, 354. These homes tend to be very long and narrow. Sundial was the builder, and it's the street surrounding the Metro Plaza, right at Louis St. Laurent and Thompson there. So I don't know. I mean, you sometimes get the lights from that plaza. You get, it's not too busy, but I just find that that influence to me isn't the best thing. It has a finished basement. There's no photos on it. Hardwood floors. A couple on Farmstead are next, so 359.9. It seems like all of them are listing at 359. Now, the one thing I would caution you with this one is when you look at the floor plan, I guess decent finishes, new appliances, all the rest of it. I don't know why they need to show you an unfinished basement. I mean, you know where it is. There's no garage here, so you're not worrying about the sort of L shape that typically we see with homes that don't have a garage, or that do have a garage, pardon me. But where do you park your car? I don't know, right? And the master here, I guess that's pretty decent. His and hers closets. The rooms are okay. It's not a huge house, but where would the car go? And there's also there's a fee there of $53 a month. They don't start until 2013. I assume that's the builder swallowing that cost, but you know somebody ended up paying for that. So Farmstead is at 364.9, 3-bedroom, 3-washroom. Looks like a little bit bigger, 1560 square feet, and it looks like it has a garage. It says attached garage, hardwood on the main level, and I would assume the same fees apply here, although it doesn't mention anything in there. Nice huge park area that's going to be just south of here, so I think that there's some nice potential for this neighborhood. But again, that Farmstead is really close to Derry, so I don't know which, like, do you face Derry? I would assume maybe the first one you're facing. So look into the location. Woodward is at 369, 2-bedroom plus 1 downstairs. And I remember seeing this one a couple years ago when it came out. And it looks like they've done some upgrading since then. If I remember the home correctly, I remember the basement had kind of a lower ceiling. And of course, Woodward can be a little bit busy around this area here too. And you can see upgraded kitchen in 2009 as well. So wait for the photos on that one. Pier in this next one at 414.9. Okay, so it's a great little timberly area, and nice big backyard here. It's a 4-bedroom, so it looks like they've done the addition over top of the garage. Kitchen looks okay too. with the eat-in area, laminate floors upstairs, and it looks like you're having 4 bathrooms. So 1 down in the basement, then you've got 2 upstairs, 1 on the main level. So that is certainly nice. Finished basement on this one. I think they priced it bang on. Fourth line, 449. It's a 4-bedroom. It looks like a Powell model, and you can see the kitchen here. And really, it doesn't. That's all it shows. 2 shots of the kitchen. The other stuff we can look at here, it's an unfinished basement. It has laminate upstairs with hardwood on the main level. And I don't know. To me, on 4th line, for what I'm seeing from that, I mean, it really seems a bit high. But there was a real record breaker for that model that just sold a couple weeks ago. I believe it was on Eden. So Forbes Terrace is at 449,878. It's a townhouse, so we got 3-bedroom, 4 washrooms. It does have a finished basement. It looks like one of the larger townhomes. At first glance, it seems high. I mean, you don't see a lot of townhomes in the 450 range. That's where you start to see detached double-car garages. Okay, so the kitchen looks pretty decent. I think you've got the granite countertops. Looks like they've upgraded some flooring upstairs too. Nice decor. There's your finished basement there. I would hope that this wouldn't block the windows too much, and it looks like they've set up the basement as more of a kind of a bedroom style. So I don't know. I mean, we're talking about over 2,000 square feet for a townhouse. It doesn't appear that big in the photos, but who knows? Heathwood homes are very nice. I mean, these guys might have a shot. Really hard to say. So Pollock, we have a battle of the Newgates. This is called a Newgate model. Okay, so there's 2 of them. I'll show you where they are in just a second. But 524.9, you have on this one here, decent looking floors. I mean, you've got a nice looking kitchen. Everything, it's kind of a nice family home. You've got that honey colored floor, some moldings around here, and nice landscaping in the backyard. Bit of privacy here, so you can just sort of relax and enjoy your time, have a barbecue. So good solid home, 524.9. There's been one listed on Story for a little while, up in the sort of high 530s. And so I think this is a great looking home. The master's not huge, but all the bedrooms are very, very good size. Now Marlene is listed higher than this. It fronts onto Derry. So here's the location where these 2 are. And they're actually right in the same neighborhood. And it's actually the same agent that listed it. So it must have been hard to sort of price knowing that you're competing. They came out basically on the same day. But this one here on Marlene, much more upgraded. But faces Derry, right? That's a big hit on value. These guys put 75,000 in upgrades, and that's almost completely washed off by being, you know, how many? Like maybe 100 meters away. So inside the kitchen, they've got the upgraded hood here. They've got some nice lights. They've done some moldings, countertops, everything else. Bit darker colored hardwood floors. We got the media niches. Now, when these homes were built, probably around 2003 or so, like we didn't have flat screens as much as we have now. It's amazing how quickly the world's changed. The internet's only been around since what, 94, 96? So these tend to be a little bit tough to deal with if you've got a bunch of flat screen TVs, because you got to fit them into that space. That's your second floor. It's kind of an open area. You can put a desk here, sitting area, a kids' playroom. Lots of uses for it. And so there you go. Ensuite, upgraded countertops, upgraded lights, and they have a finished basement. So can you live, and even the backyard, that's not cheap either. Can you live with facing Derry and getting all this other stuff? I don't know. It's quite an interesting battle for sure. Playfairs at 649.9. And we're talking about another Heathwood home, good location, nice flooring. I mean, these guys just really do their homes up. There's no doubt about it. Great colors in here too. Nice design. Everybody's like, I mean, the owners have taken a lot of pride in their home. They've got this sort of custom ceiling that all the Heathwood homes have. Nice big ensuite here, and a decent sized light. Got 98 feet coming across or that's how deep it is. Okay, so nice looking home. $32.97 at $650. Lots of competition. I think these guys recognize that and have certainly adjusted accordingly. So Somerville is at $679.9, and Somerville to me is one of Milton's finest streets. And so it's a 5-bedroom. It's a 3-washroom. So normally this model has 4 washrooms, 3 upstairs. So this is actually 2 bathrooms upstairs, but they have a finished basement and they back onto a ravine. So I mean, there's another one on Somerville that's way up in the sevens. We've got one on Tuxford up in the sevens. So I don't know if this one's going to look as nice inside, but I'll tell you what, I mean, from a value perspective, this one is, it's on paper, it looks extremely nice. So Homes Creston is at $699, 3,100 square feet on this one, a little bit smaller than the last one. 5-bedroom, 4-washroom though, so you're getting those 3 bathrooms upstairs. Kitchen looks pretty decent. I mean, I wonder what stainless steel would look like here, especially with the upgraded counters, the backsplash, the island. So this is, I mean, it's a great looking home. Looks like a Salisbury model, but it's hard to tell sometimes from the photos. You know, there's your ensuite there, and yeah, I mean, there was one, if this is the Salisbury, I mean, there's one at, I think, 684 that went within a week, just over on, I think it was on Hinchy. So no air conditioning on this one, but it's got some nice upgrades. I think there's a chance that they'll get that. So 345 Potts is the next one. So this is a, now I talked about this yesterday, about 19-20 listings right now that have ravine lots or premium lots. So this one's at 789. At one point, that may not have been that far off. Still a bit high. These guys tried in the 8s. They weren't doing anything. Took it off the market. Now they're back. A little bit eclectic in their design with the stripes, but I think it's a nice looking home. Again, upgraded kitchen, great layout in this home. They're just competing with a lot of stuff here that's priced a lot less than this. So it does have the ravine in the back. That's a municipal fence. And it is a great location. Potts is a super street, but I think these guys are really getting their butts handed to them just by the competition. And Regional Road 25 is at 869. And so it says it's a double car garage, which means that's your neighbor. So, you know, why are you moving to the country if you're going to have that kind of separation? But it's, again, it's hard to tell. I assume that it's probably just this house here. You're on about 1.35 acres. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is part of the same house. It's really hard to tell. It's, I mean, who knows? It says 2 cars. If it was both on the property, you would have probably seen 4-car garage. So nice exposed beams here. A little bit of a smaller kitchen. Once you start writing a price for 900,000, you want to make sure you're getting something that that really has the goods. So Regional Road 25, always a tough street to sell on. There's a lot of traffic that zips by. So anytime you see any of these country homes, there's so much more to them. There's things to look at that really can't be summed up in an MLS listing. So you'd have to go see it to really see how this one compares. Britannia Road is at 3.175. Okay, one of the most expensive homes we've profiled on Daily Homes. 25 acres, this one here. You can see it going right down Britannia, just past Trafalgar, if you're heading towards Mississauga. So just a massive home, 5,800 square feet, plus some finished area in the lower level. 7 bathrooms on this home. Kitchen, again, the green kitchen may not work for everybody, but it looks like a big open concept main level. But I'm going to show you something here. And when you sell a home that's rather expensive and not to everyone's budget, you do need to do some screening. I have a funny story. I've got a realtor friend who's down in Bel Air, Beverly Hills, all that stuff. And so he had to prove, he was showing like a $20 million home, that his client was qualified financially. So they asked for a letter from the bank. And so the guy wrote him back a quick email and said, here you go. And the guy was actually the owner of a bank in Germany. So it's like, I think I qualify because I own the bank. But it was a really funny story. Look what these guys put in the description here. So to view, make an offer. Okay, so you've got to go through the process of making some kind of offer based on what? On 9 photos from a virtual tour. You have to put a $10,000 deposit. So you think movie tickets are expensive. Well, you got to put a refundable deposit in just to walk in the front door on this house, and you put it conditional on the home being suitable. So guess what's going to happen with these guys? They're not going to get a lot of traffic. I mean, even if someone could write the bills or write the check for this kind of home, do they really want to jump through that many hoops? I get it, you got to screen people, but that's maybe a little bit too much. So anyhow, that's our list for today. And certainly an interesting end to it. And if you want to go see any like that real screamer of a deal for 308, give us a call. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes. Bye.